Well, welcome everybody to Half in the Bag Disc Golf with your two schlubby hosts.
That's me.
Joe and Ian today. Today I am drinking a Valkyrie Hero. Here we go. God, I can't turn anything. Valkyrie Hero by Revolution Brewing Company here in Chicago. Joe,
Nice.
What are you drinking this evening?
Well, I've got in a Buffalo Trace whiskey snifter, I guess. I've got Jack's Single Barrel, the last of my Jack's Single Barrel.
Ooh, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
You,
I really like this barrel. That's kind of the crapshoot with single barrel. Is there's no blending, there's no anything. This is the barrel you get. So you might like the flavor, you might not. If you like Jack Daniels, you're probably going to, like, even if it's a bad barrel, something that doesn't really resonate with you, you'll still like it enough. It's not like you're going to throw it away.
Oh, no, I was going to say, it's a good enough whiskey, you'll still enjoy it, it just might not be as enjoyable.
Yeah, my favorite, though, is definitely the Gentleman Jack. Twice mellowed, very delicious, very smooth. Good sipping whiskey.
Personally, I have fallen in love with Clyde Mays Alabama-style whiskey. He's an old shiner.
Okay.
And the aftertaste, the finish is basically orange, or not orange juice, apple juice. You're like, oh.
Juice.
Ooh, nice. You're like, apples. Well, I mean, yeah, interesting.
A lot of it, the problem is it goes down real smooth with very little burn. And then you go to stand up. And it's a poor life choice. Kind of like it, was that my 21st?
Yep.
Where we had that scotch. We're like, oh, that's good. That doesn't feel too bad. Nope. Standing is a bad idea.
Go sit back down for a little bit. Can we waters? More waters, please.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
So this is going to be a little bit of a different episode, I guess. All of our episodes are different.
Still at least revolving around disc golf.
Oh, yeah. Well, we are actually recording this the day after we recorded the episode that drops tomorrow. So we're recording episode 22.
So we haven't really quite had a chance to have a week in review, unfortunately. At least for me.
I did get in. I got a round in today. I barely snuck it in.
Nice.
I shot lights out.
Oh.
I shot 11 down through 18.
Nice.
Yeah. I was just on. If I got a tree kick, it went the right way. If I, hit the front of the cage, it kind of just bounced up and in rather than just getting stuck on the knuckle and down.
Oh, man. Wow, you really were on today.
It was just one of those days where it's like, if it could go right, it did. So the next round I play, it's going to be so bad.
Well, or it was your karma from yesterday's round where it couldn't figure out from hole to hole whether or not you were going to be on or not. They were just we'll give it to him awful today.
And the difference between it's league, but it's still tournament versus just going out by myself. Yeah.
I always hate when you're like, oh, yeah, I'm just going out for a solo round, and then you go, I had the best round of my life. And no one was here to say, yeah, he didn't cheat.
Pretty sure I hit chain on hole 2.
Nice.
Because it came from the right, it's a blind shot.
Mm-hmm.
It came from the right direction at what felt like should have been the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And where the disc was would suggest I at least nicked some of it.
Ooh.
And then I had another shot that was looking really good. And then it remembered it was a berg. So when a berg is done flying, it drops out of the air straight down. And it landed right next to the pole. Like,
Nice.
it must have dropped like a foot in front of it and just kind of slid and was like touching the pole. Well,
You know, a nice little tap in for 2. That you can't complain about that.
it was just funny because I'm like, yeah, don't be a berg. Don't be a berg. You son of a bitch. You're a berg.
Damn it, you remembered what you were supposed to do.
There were other times where I'm like, remember you're a berg. Stop flying.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the discs have a mind of their own when it comes to flight patterns. You're like,
still
it
working
should
on
do
that.
this.
Still working on that Alexa control. Sorry to everyone that may or may not have had their thing activated.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't say the A word.
I forgot. Oh, well.
Which is funny. Since, growing up, not saying the A word was a very different word.
It generally was a naughty word.
I mean, they're both naughty. Come on now.
Yeah,
one's listening to you all the time, the other one's spewing out poop the whole time, so yeah.
Which one are you talking about, though?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's like I watched a video on putting today. And I was looking through, I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, practice like you play and all that stuff. And the final tip was no excuses. And it just reminded me of the wise words of, I don't know, a lot of different movies. Excuses are like assholes. We all have them, and they all stink.
Yep.
I was like, well, you're not going to get better at anything. Forget putting. But you're not going to get better at anything if you just keep making excuses.
It's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it's even with the messed up left leg, like, my brain remembers, I'm like, these are the things that I need to happen, and it's now just like getting them to happen, and you're like, yeah, I want to just make excuses for today, but no, there's no excuses. It's just I need to actually remember to do the things and work through getting everything to resync.
Yep. Do you ever feel like Ace Ventura when nature calls, and he's just like, God, he's just yelling at his leg because he got stabbed with a spear. He's like, just work.
Oh yeah, all the time. Well, I mean, I also need to actually like get a new pair of decent shoes because I just haven't remembered to be like, oh yeah, I should probably get like a decent pair of just like, well, let's be honest, shoes for disc golf.
Yep.
Because the shoes that I've been purchasing since I work on a lot of just hard, unforgiving concrete floors or have to stand at the expos, I do the like shoes for crews. Yep. And they very specifically have anti-slip grip. So, trying to...
That's bad.
Trying to tee off, you're just like, oh, God. Too much grip.
I'm very happy with my New Balance 410s. They're trail running shoes. They're also some of the only trail running shoes that come in 4E, which is not just wide, extra wide.
Yeah, you do have some wide feet.
I do. I probably would have been decent at swimming. I got flippers.
Extra paddles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So finding shoes that fit, that are, nice, kind of difficult. But when I do find them, because not that many people wear 4E, they're they're usually on sale because they're like, we need to get rid of these. These are 2 years ago's model. I was like, done.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I know Szymanski always has the problem because he's just got such large feet.
Yeah.
That they're usually expensive because they're like, yeah, we made like 2 pairs of this shoe.
Fortunately, they make enough. It's just whatever their minimum batch size is just too much.
Yeah.
I don't care. I usually find them. I'll go to like Dick's, find them on sale, or find them in the clearance. I went to the New Balance outlet once when I was in Fort was it Fort Lauderdale? Oh, Florida somewhere. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's the outlet store, so it's cheaper. Hey, anything with a green dot is like an extra 20% off. Anything with a red dot is an additional like 30% off. I got 3 pairs of shoes for $100 plus tax.
Whoa, dude.
New Balance. Not
Wow.
like just random Walmart brand.
you know you've got a child and you're an adult when you're excited about 3 pairs of shoes
For $100.
$100.
I know. It was great.
It's like walking away with like 4 pairs of pants for $100. You're like, oh shit.
Oh, that's
I
like
did it.
I found these golf shorts that were actually comfortable, that fit, that weren't like I can't wear cargo shorts for work.
Yeah.
And so finding nice shorts that fit and are comfortable and that I can squat down and not worry about splitting the ass wide open.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
I finally found them, and then I talked to Caitlin. I was like, I need like 8 pairs of these because I don't know if I'll find them anymore. And I got them in like every color.
Nice.
Because I got khaki,
Mm-hmm.
light gray, dark gray, navy blue, and black.
Nice.
And then multiple pairs because I was like, they fit, they're comfy, I can move in them, I could wear them to nice events, not just work.
True. That's the nice thing about khaki. It does go with many polos.
It does.
Yes. in terms of the not being dressy, I was looking around to see if any of the Chuck Taylor high tops, going back to my classic style for disc golfing, we're going to go on sale. Pick them up for like, $40 instead of $70.
Yeah. No luck? Not yet.
Not yet, but I also haven't been looking that hard.
Haven't really looked, yeah.
Because, the amount of time I get to go out and actually play around right now is, even when I do have Bean, Bean kind of, he goes to the pad and then he just kind of wanders somewhere, and then I have to try to find my disc and him. So,
yeah.
I just haven't looked too hard yet, but yeah, I was thinking about going back that way because the extra support around the ankles kind of has. For me, it always helped me get the whole body moving, so that way I got a good follow through and got good momentum as opposed to like short stopping myself.
Yeah, and then hurting yourself, and then nobody's having fun.
No. I mean, if they weren't concrete pads, I'd just go barefoot. Screw it. I got hobbit feet.
Ben would go barefoot, even on concrete pads.
I do not have that thick of a sole.
I was just like, how? Especially in Fort Wayne. I don't remember out at like Castaldo or in Illinois where you're at.
I'm assuming this is how he did it.
No, actually.
Oh, he didn't have the magic shield?
No, sometimes, but not that many times. But he would just go barefoot, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And all the pads out here are textured. So like if it gets wet, you won't eat it.
Yeah.
And it's textured deeper than like a normal sidewalk that's just kind of got that light. These are decent grooves.
Like, ow.
Yeah.
No. That nope.
No. You buy lemon pledge.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. We're getting there.
But yeah, I mean, if it was just grass, with like a little marker to be like, here's the end of the tee, then I just go barefoot. Could screw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
that's
what I was thinking. But yeah, the other, like, the running shoes that I had I picked up a pair of Oasics, and they just disintegrated in like.
They don't handle that stuff very well.
Well, it was just a general shoe, but it was like still like $100-something for the
Asics
one pair.
are not cheap.
And well, that's it. I was like, okay, it's a relatively decent brand. It was on sale, so I picked it up for like the $100. I was like, okay, it'll last me in my general everyday blah blah blah. That was like 8 months, and it was like, oh, they're literally disintegrating. Why are these shoes so expensive?
Yeah, I have a pair of Asics running shoes, and they're like $150, even when I get them. But I used to run a lot, and I'm starting to run again. And it's cheaper to get good running shoes than to fix all the issues from buying cheap running shoes.
Well, yes.
Especially as you get a little bit older. And we've established I'm pretty terrible at guessing everybody's age.
Including your own.
I am this many years old.
How many drinks have I had? That's the age. That's how many ages I am.
Yeah, the other day I was at my in-laws, and I was having a beer and just having, Caitlin's like, hey, we gotta go. I was like, well, I can leave in this many minutes. She didn't appreciate that one.
I do. I appreciate that one. That's a good one.
I know.
But I have this many sips left. It's good.
It was a Liney's, so it wasn't exactly like... It's not like one I wanted to savor. It's not like a special beer.
Yeah.
They do still have... In the back of the fridge, there's one Yingling Hershey Porter left.
Ooh.
That I want, but it's always been like 85 degrees outside. And that is the last thing you want to drink on a hot day.
No. Yeah, porter's a little thick for a real toasty day.
Mm-hmm. And good old Midwest. Not only is it 85, it's 115% humidity.
No, I like humidity.
Humidity.
Humidity. Well, I'll just add that into the diggerary.
Yes.
New term.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
So we are, 20 minutes in?
Well, we said this was going to be an atypical episode. Hey, all of our things have been around disc golf because we have been talking about footwear that we liked to use. Do's and don'ts.
Sure.
And also half in the bag. We have also included alcohol in the conversation. I feel that this intro is right on track.
I think so. It's a good long intro. RJ can learn a few things here. I'm sure he'll listen to this because he'll be on vacation in Alaska, the final frontier.
I'm still disappointed that he's not going to catch any of the West Coast
I know
disc golf tournaments.
He's going to be so relatively close.
Like only a minor hour or so drive or more.
Hey, if it's anything like the flight we had to take, we drove to Chicago, then flew to Seattle, then flew to Anchorage?
Yeah, that
or
would
did
make
we
the
fly
most
out of
sense.
We flew into Fairbanks. No. I don't remember.
It's okay.
We flew into one and left out of a different one. We kind of wound our way up through the middle of the state.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time. It was a good time. Wish I could have played some disc golf out there, but there are a lot of moose and bears, and they were in their loving season.
Yeah, you don't really want to get caught in between two moose who
love each other.
Who love each other. And really want to use that disc golf basket as an aid.
So yes, I forgot to tell you guys yesterday. During my round, I was like, okay, well, it was hot, it was humid, so I was drinking plenty of water. I was like, oh, Smokey the Bear is calling me. There's a small forest fire I need to take care of. And the one guy on the card was confused, and the other guy got it. But whatever. So I go off to the woods, off to the side, away from... If you end up with a Frisbee over there, you've got way other problems.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I was like... I look down, and I get this dirty look from a squirrel. And then another head popped out. And I was like, oh.
Oops.
He was like 6 feet to the left. I was like, sorry, guys. Good luck.
As the squirrel just sitting there, just
Pretty much.
this little acorn shotgun.
Little pea shooter.
I see what you did there.
You see, I'm on with the bad jokes so far.
We have had a good 2 days of terrible jokes.
Oh, yes.
It's, as we get into our indoor and our outdoor times and our gnarly ball crushers.
I need to make that into a shirt somehow.
I was going to talk to Katie to see if she could give me like a really BA robot that's just like, ridiculous pose with just this huge flamethrower arm, just billowing flame.
Yes.
And then just like really, really stylized script that says like ball crusher, but it's like somewhat cursive. So that way it looks fancy.
That's kind of what I was thinking, that like, I don't know, 1950s fancy-ish script.
Yeah, well,
something along those lines.
Talked
you
about
guys
wife.
are getting a sneak peek into the behind the scenes that really aren't behind the scenes, because we only talk about this crap during a podcast
or right before it.
Or right before it. Yeah, there is surprisingly little podcast planning some weeks, if you couldn't tell.
I feel that gives the show an amount of originality. Like, we have topics that need a little more planning. We've planned, but like most of our topics are off the cuff anyway.
Oh yeah, and that was kind of when I initially suggested this to RJ and Ben, before he made up excuses like, I need to see my wife and child. Like, God, who does that?
I just told mine.
Says
to go to bed.
the only other two guys in this podcast with a wife and child. Well, RJ has a wife, but no child.
Yeah, well, he's got the fur baby.
Yes,
he's got the little pepper.
But it was pretty much, I was like, I don't really want to prep for any of this. I want to just shoot the breeze and just have a discussion. And maybe the listeners will send in some topics, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, that's what I enjoyed about it. And then joining in, I was like, well, maybe somewhat ahead of time, we're like, hey, what like 3 topics should we maybe talk about this episode? And then we maybe get to like 1.
Yes.
Sometimes only half of 1.
Hot Takes was supposed to be a month and a half ago.
Yeah, well, had some small scheduling conflicts.
Oh, for sure. But it was still one of those kind of things where it's like, we tried to plan, and I still didn't prepare.
Bean exploded, and it got messy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah. Well.
Excuse me. So cold open. All right, we really workshopped that tight 5.
Yep.
Being the business daddy that you are, do we want to plug any Treesus merch or anything like that?
Well, if I ever get a Treesus logo, yes. I tried to draw one up on my iPad. I did. And then I sent it to RJ, and he said it was nightmare fuel.
Is this where we should tell listeners that we are welcoming submissions for Treesus ideas?
Yes. He said, I wonder if I could get a picture. It's on my iPad here. But yeah, if you want to get your latest news, reviews, and all that fun stuff, you can go to joesdiscgolf.com. I'm also trying to be more active on Twitter and Instagram, also both at Joe's Disc Golf. And let's see here, creating preview. You get to see fun behind-the-scenes stuff, like the short I released the day of recording, June 6th, of us talking about indoor and outdoor. And yeah. And it's still creating a preview. So we're going to let that... Oh, of course. As soon as I set it down.
Yep.
Let's see how that goes.
I don't think it's quite nightmare fuel, but it is confusing.
How so? He's a tree with a beard. He's treesus. He's got to be smacking a disc at some point.
See, but that's just it. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be like in awe or turned on.
He is kind of giving you a suggestive look.
It's the smile in the beard. He's like, "Hey,
how you doing?" Who knew that RJ was the one that kept us on track?
Well, we did warn them this was going to be a very different episode than many of them.
Oh, yes. So you could also, if you're watching this, you are probably enjoying some of the random crap that's going on right now. If you're listening, you can watch us on youtube.com/Joe's Disc Golf. Or if you're listening, you could get it wherever, or watching, you could get it wherever you get all of your major podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google, and so on and so forth. There's also Joe's Disc Golf merch, and eventually I'll get Treesus on a shirt or something.
You know what? I'm gonna freehand me a Treesus, and we're the goal is going to be actual nightmare fuel.
Yes. So there's that. You could go over to joesdiscgolf.com/merch ? Or shop. I forget which.
I thought you said it was shop. I think
it's shop. I think merch gets you to the overall where it also, you could look at like your cart or previous orders and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that'll help.
And
eventually Disc Golf Healthy will be launching.
Yep,
as we're drinking. As we're drinking. Yeah. Be healthy. Do as I say, not as I do.
I've realized I got through this beer pretty quick. I might need to get another beer because it's helping my stomach. It's killing whatever I ate that was maybe just almost too old.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, builds up your immune system.
Yeah, I just wasn't looking to be that gassy today.
So, yeah, those are about all the shout-outs there. DiscGolfHealthy.com will be launching hopefully soon. On this vacation, I will be bringing my laptop and probably writing out a whole bunch of stuff because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've got GIFs done, and it's GIFs. It's a G, not a J. This isn't peanut butter.
I mean, the guy who made it was Swedish, so they do have an issue with understanding how the G and the J sound work.
Yeah, it's all right. So I just need to write up a whole bunch of stuff, which is just tedious because I know what it's supposed to be in my brain. I just need to get it onto paper in a concise fashion.
That is always the problem.
Without all the jargon that makes my life easy. It makes it really confusing. Yeah. Stereo instructions, man. Stereo instructions.
Yep. Oh, I understand, dude. I've got to try to tell people how to use a very specific piece of software on a very specifically Windows OS that's tuned for it.
Oh boy.
So, anytime you're like, just do this, they're like,
what?
I use a Mac, and I'm like, oh God, okay?
Oh just no!
Find someone else. Just spend money on them.
Anyone else in your office uses Windows at home?
Please. When I say go to the file browser and you say the words "What's that?" then I go,
oh
no.
It's like Finder, but worse. I will say
depends on what you're used to.
I will say Finder works really well on Mac for finding your specific documents and files that you want.
Oh yeah.
Windows is far more thorough.
Yes, but that's why, in the instructions I literally have the file path typed out where it's like just take this Word document, or it's a notepad file, just a simple text file. Just copy and paste this into the browser, and they're like, I don't understand what you mean. I'm like,
okay,
please do. Go to the YouTube.
Yes.
Get a quick Windows OS tutorial. Come back.
See, and that's why I try to figure things out. Going off the rails even more here. I have, TrueNAS running, which is a Linux-ish based system.
Ooh.
I think it's Linux. It's got a really nice GUI, but there are still a lot of things that it's like, you could do it that way, or type these 3 commands.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have a virtual machine of Ubuntu that I just screw around with and have learned a lot. And there is your Joe's Tech Tips.
Not affiliated with Linus.
No.
Remotely.
Although I did work with someone who did give him tech support from Sweetwater.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically, something got shipped to them. They ordered something, and they're like, hey, this doesn't work. Called up tech support. And the guy's like, yeah, I know who you are. We'll just send you a new one. Because we know you've tried everything we're going to tell you.
Yep.
You wouldn't be calling us otherwise.
Yep. Well, that's fun.
Yeah. And the guy was like, yeah, he's a super nice dude. I went, yeah, seems like it. It's hard to fake it for that many years on camera.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's someone out there who's like, yeah, he was a total dick to me. It's like, yeah, you probably caught him on a bad day because, we all have a bad day.
Were you a dick to him?
Or all of the above.
Yes.
Dickception.
Yes. So I guess now that we're through all of this, we're going to get back on the rails 35 minutes in-ish.
Yeah, this was exciting for the listeners because it leads us into the conversation that we're going to have about when we got started.
Yes.
And all of the stuff that we recall from those very early years.
Oh, yeah.
Which you told me a story before we started recording you need to share whilst I refresh my burr.
So I remembered that my very first round of disc golf was sort of a date with someone I was seeing between my senior year of high school and freshman year of college. I was working heating and air conditioning as a laborer. I was hired muscle. Strong. Well, the guy that I was working with, he's like, hey, you got to try out this disc golf thing. There's this place in Mokina called the Oaks. It's a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun. You should go out and play. So we go there, and the property is gorgeous. It is a very beautiful property. They've held Illinois State tournament there several times. This is all the way back in 2007. So this is 15 years ago. Holy crap. Yep. And trying to figure that out. We go into the pro shop, and I was like, oh, yeah, I was going to play. And the lady's like, oh, yeah, if you need discs, they're $9 a piece. I was like, $9? Yeah, she goes, yeah, we recommend you get the starter set, these 3. I was like, that's ridiculous. That's $27 for 3 Frisbees. And so I just pull out an Ultrastar and try to play disc golf with an Ultimate Frisbee. It went okay.
Nope.
At best. Distances, I was like, how you can't throw this far. This is ridiculous. Who does this? We played, I want to say 9 of the 27 holes and finally just gave up. Putting was damn near impossible with an Ultrastar because the disc is just too big. It just wouldn't fit. Also,
there's a handful of 500 footers at the Oaks. I forget the exact number. I think it's 3 to 5.
Something like that. And then it depends if you're playing the shorts, the normals, or pros. I forget what they have 3 or 4 tee pads at every hole at this 27-hole course.
Yeah.
So it's insane. And I couldn't even tell you what we played. But it didn't go well at all. And that was actually my first experience with disc golf, and yet here I am. Who knows what would have happened if I spent $27?
Well, I was gonna say it's because the next time you went out with me, and you were like, "Well, I went once before." And I was like,
"Yep,
yeah, but we're gonna go to like a fun little course," and I took you to Castaldo,
and that was a great course.
This is a lot different. And I was like, "Did you play with an ultimate frisbee?" You were like, "Yeah." That's yeah, that's the problem. So to protect the names of the innocent, I'll use the nickname that my dad, aka Man, now G-Man.
Oh yes.
Gave my buddy, but Michelini took me out for my first Frolf session, and I'm pretty sure he handed me his Wraith. There we go.
Yep.
That's what was a Wraith, and I threw it, and I was like, oh, this is interesting, because he had done discus with my other buddy, Timothy, the Irish Timothy, the other Irishman.
Yes.
And yeah, so they both got into it because they were like, yeah, it's kind of like discus, but more fun because, like,
it goes more than 100 feet.
Yeah. Well, we also went to Play It Again Sports, which is a small local chain in the Chicagoland area. And the discs we all picked up, I think we spent a grand total of maybe $15, $20 for discs that were beat to perfection.
Yes, that's one way to put it. Who needs to buy a Wraith when you can just buy a boss that's been well loved?
Well, very well loved. Yeah. So, like those discs, those first discs, I'm pretty sure they were all eaten by trees or water, and we just went, it doesn't matter.
That was a $3 disc, whatever.
Yeah. And so, our same time frame, the senior year of high school into freshman year of college, Dick's Sporting Goods all of a sudden started carrying a large selection of discs, and we were like, ooh, there's choices.
And they're
of course,
new.
It was all in Nova.
Yes.
So
it still mostly is.
Yeah. And so I picked up the Wraith, the Boss, a Dart, an Air, and the Shark. That was my bag, and those discs are still actually in my bag from 2007.
Nice.
The Wraith is what I basically gave everybody, and the Dart is actually the only disc that has seen an ace out of my bag. Not thrown by me, though.
Yeah, I know. I was there. I witnessed that one.
I know.
Because then we came out
muscle
later.
Man. Yep.
With his brother-in-law. I was like, oh, hey, look at that.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I remember watching him release that disc, and I was just like, that SOB.
Wasn't that like his first round or second round or something?
It was literally the fourth hole of his first time going out disc golfing. And I
forgot that bastard.
Yeah. He just aces.
Such a nice guy, though.
Oh, yeah. Hole 4, Castaldo Park in Woodridge, Illinois. He just sinks it.
That's what, like 140 feet dead straight?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say it cannot be more than 150 at best.
Yeah. Let's see. I could pull it up here on UDisc.
Which
eventually.
The application that I used, because I remember we had our first rounds of disc golf because it was before the internet was really what we know it as.
Yep.
And smartphones were still a thing of 1980s sci-fi movies.
Pretty much.
Or just like becoming fledgling, more so the iPad Touch. Everything we just did par 3s because it was easier to keep track of. But I remember getting easy scorecard on my Samsung S4.
Oh, man. I remember getting that on my HTC Evo.
Yep. Yeah.
So, according to UDisc,
okay.
186 feet.
Really?
However, UDisc plus or minus 13 feet either end.
Got it.
So I would venture a guess as that's on the long side. Yeah.
But still, I mean, that was like just beautiful. Like
it really was.
I was like, wow, you suck.
I know. And it was such a pretty... We pretty much knew it as soon as it came out of his hand.
Oh, yeah. No,
it was just beautiful.
Yep. Oh, goodness. It was like 5 or 6 of us playing.
Yep.
Yeah, just everyone was just like, oh, that's going to happen. And then it did. And we all went, really? All right, well, here's a Sharpie. Sign your name.
Get the hell out of here. You're never coming back. Oh, man. That was a good time.
So I was going to try to look up the stats that were still in the easy scorecard.
Oh.
However, it is too old, and if I try to load it up, it just crashes. So I officially have finally uninstalled Easy Scorecard because its last update was in 2012.
Oh, that was so long ago. Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah. So I need to get a new scorecard app. Nothing against UDisc. I just don't go out enough to like pay membership.
There's a free version.
Is there a free version?
Yep. You just can't. How does it work? It won't like. So with mine, I could send you a link and you could follow my card live, which, whatever.
Yeah,
and then I don't think you can keep score, like for the group. Like if I keep score, I can find your username. It'll send you your stats at the end.
I just have to actually manually do everything, which was easy scorecard.
Yes. It's just like it'll keep track of your score and your stats. It's just not. I mean, it's not really worth it. I use it enough where I think it's worth it, and it's handy.
Oh, well, I mean, if I'm going out, it's usually going to be just me or, if it's you, Mike, or Tim or whatever, we're not necessarily playing tournament rounds anyway, so we're just going out for a good time.
Which that reminds me of last summer when I was in town for a tournament, and I had played one full Flex Start C tier on a course I'd never played before.
That was the Lockport course, right?
It was one of the courses that was near Lockport. And then I went and played 3/4 of a practice round. And then I went over by you, and we played Castaldo. So I played... By that point, I'd played almost 36 holes. And I'm just like, I'm tired, but I'm having fun. I'm taking my cart. I don't need the cart for Castaldo. I just don't want to dig everything out.
Yep.
So I took a cart to this 9-hole course that, like, I probably needed a putter, a mid-range, and call it a day.
Yep, and there's me with my messenger bag that I got as some swag from a convention I was at.
But I remember Sis, another mutual friend, giving me so much crap for having that. I was like, look, I'm tired and lazy. That's why. And he was giving me crap. And I was like, fine. And so I took I don't even know what I took. Putter, maybe a mid-range, and just park hole number 1. I'm like, look, I need the cart.
Well, then you also sat down on the cart.
Yes.
You could use it as a seat, and Sis was like, oh, no, that totally makes sense.
It does.
It's like,
it does.
I'm too tall for that. But
yes.
I agree.
Yes. And then I completely just like crushed it. Cause, I mean, at that point I was playing almost every single day the tough championship level courses in Fort Wayne. And then I go to a starter course. It's a great course for that. And I'm just like, this is fun.
It's a purely recreational course. Those
And then
pars
I decided
are so loose.
And then I decided to take the worst route possible for the second round we played. And it went about as well as you could expect.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, it's 250 feet straight ahead. I'm going to throw a hyzer shot as far out to the right as I can and see if it'll crash back.
Yep.
Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't.
Fun. There were a lot of times that, we were like, that did not work out how you planned. And you're like, nope. Well,
Not
I
at
gotta
all.
go get my desk. My desk? Wow.
Yes, I have to get my desk. It's so bad I need to go back to the drawing board.
Gotta go get my disc. I'll be back. See you guys later.
Yep. And then hole number 9 still has my number there, and I don't
sure
know
does.
why. It's a mental thing for sure.
Yep.
At this point. Back in the day, it was a skills thing. Now it's just a mental thing.
Well, I mean, there's the tree branches and the tree placement, like where you want to throw your line. There's enough stuff right in the way that, like if you...
It's a surprisingly tough hole that doesn't look like it should be as tough as it plays.
It's really the only one.
Yes.
And it's just because of the elevation change dipping down, even though the basket is roughly maybe 5 feet lower from where you're teeing off.
But some of those trees,
the
ground is like 30 feet lower. So those branches are like
right
there.
where you want to throw them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And cutting our teeth on that course was just a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And then O'Brien in Downers.
I haven't played that course in forever.
It's not super challenging, but it is more of a skills course because everything is so short. But there's a lot of strange hills and trees exactly in your line. I just remember
trying to throw to the top of that one hill.
For hole 1?
That sledding hill.
Yep.
Oh, that was brutal. I want to go back now and see what I still think about it.
Oh.
Next time I'm in town.
Absolutely, man.
With the price of gas, I don't know what that's going to be. On my drive home yesterday, gas was $4.89, and I was like, holy crap, this is expensive. And then today on my way home from work, 2 gas stations were $5.25 in Indiana. That's expensive. Yes.
Boop, middle finger. That was for the audio listeners.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, this is brutal. And of course, we're leaving for a family vacation, which is part of the reason we're recording now. On Wednesday, we're going north of Traverse City. That's about 5 hours.
Hopefully you only have to fill up like once.
Yeah. I mean, so my wife has a 2015 RAV4, and it gets shockingly good gas mileage. Gets about 32, 31 on the highway.
That's not bad for a RAV.
No.
For an SUV of that kind.
Yeah, it's a crossover-ish.
Yeah.
It's a weird...
It's RAV.
Like a CRV.
Yeah.
It's that weird kind of in-between. And, so I'm not looking forward to that. I am looking forward to the disc golf courses that's on the mountain that we're going to be near. Boing
Absolutely.
Mountain. I'm excited.
Boing.
Yep. I plan on filming one of those rounds, probably the first round I play, and just go, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's have fun. Hope I don't lose anything.
I was going to say that we watch every disc Joe owns sail
just
off
gone.
Into the sunset.
So apparently you play diagonal and work your way down. I was really hoping that they'd have like one, like it seems like every mountain course has that one hole that's like 850 foot par 3 because you're throwing down 200 feet of elevation.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a par 3. Oh, yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw it this way. It'll just crash in.
I'm going to throw it about a 45-degree angle to the right, and it'll come back.
Yeah, it's got time. And
it's got plenty of time.
Elevation.
Yes. Plan to set a new PR. Throw a roller right down. 1,000 feet, huh?
Then hits a rock and just skips right off the edge. Just
yep.
Oh,
yep.
Well, that's gone.
Bye.
Yeah. Remember when we were angry that it was like $2.50 a gallon, and we still could drive to whatever disc golf course we wanted back in the day?
Yep. I remember when gas tickled $4 a gallon in the Chicago area.
Yeah.
And we were like ready to riot, and now it's over $5, and I'm just like ready to cry.
Because there's nothing we're going to do about it, and we're just going to meander off of that specific topic, but because let's see,
there's
the
a
other
whole host of reasons that have caused us, and this is not a politics podcast.
Nope, don't need to get into it here. But you remember when we checked out Knox Knolls Park in Naperville, because we were like, hey, it's close to the campus, and how underwhelming
it was.
Like,
so bad.
This isn't fun like Castaldo.
No, it was short and crappy.
Yeah,
and not because we were like really good at disc golf. It was just bad.
It was like we were like, oh, we could bring people here, from campus. Like, it's close enough. Like, we can
walking,
get bikes or walk. And we're like, no, we can't. We'll just load everyone into Joe's car and one person on Ian's motorcycle.
Yes,
we'll go to Castaldo.
We'll drive the 15-20 minutes to Castaldo.
We'll park in front of Siz's house
and go to guys' night. That's how we got so good at that course. Every Tuesday, before we'd play board games like Manly Men, we'd play 2 rounds of disc golf. Well, 18 holes.
Yep.
And we started out like, I shot like 4 or 5 down. I did well. And then towards the end of it, it was like, man, I only shot like 11 down. That round sucked.
Yep.
Well, par is soft. Going off of normal par, not everything is a par 3. Which everything is a par 3.
Yes. Which we basically were then like, everything should be a par 2.
Just about.
It's like there's no forgiveness. If you have a bad shot, you're getting a bogey.
That's on you.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember the first time. So I had always been a forehand player, pretty much. And I remember the first time we were, hole 3, where it's 400 feet, air quotes?
Where the forest used to be? Yeah.
Because it was 400 feet because you measured it down the hill at like a 30-degree angle to the left to the only opening where there were these tall bushes, and then you went back up at a 30-degree angle. I lasered it when we went out there, and it was like 320.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it wasn't even close. But I remember the first time I threw it and I parked it, Sis happened to be down the hill a little bit, and I threw it, and he's like, holy crap, I heard that cutting through the air. I was like, I guess I throw it hard. I don't know.
Yep.
Turns out I do. Because it's still a novelty to a lot of people I play with. They're like, how do you throw it so far? I'm like, you'd think if I knew that, I would be doing this. I'd be teaching people how to do that and charging money.
Yep. Well, I mean,
Baseball.
it was well before YouTube was really huge. So, I mean, in terms of me even trying to learn to forehand, I just sat there with you and we basically hucked a crap disc at a tree.
Basically.
Until I, got some kind of form.
And that was...
like, yep.
That was the same with my backhand. I remember my senior year of college, YouTube was kind of a thing then. So this was 2011.
Yeah.
And I remember watching one video and going, this guy's amazing. Looking back, I ended up finding that video. That guy was awful. But it was also, the only resource. You had no idea.
At the time? Well, yeah,
And then there was And he'd been playing disc golf he's like, I've been playing disc golf for like 30 years, and this is how I do this. I was like, well, he's been doing it that long. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we hadn't even heard of the PDGA. Like,
No.
Like, didn't even know that there was an actual governing body, and there were, in quote, professionals. We're
Yes.
like, no idea.
Yes.
I mean,
was
that
crazy.
came around, what, 2014, 15, when
For us? Yeah.
like when it started to become like, oh, you could actually make money at this.
You could, kind of.
Well, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was like, ooh, it's fledgling. Like, yeah, we're young enough. Like, we're not too far out of college. We could maybe do this.
The van life. Yeah.
Well, I was a theater professional, so it's like
Same thing. Yeah.
pretty much.
And I was fresh out of grad school, saddled with a whole bunch of debt. Yay.
Professional disc golf. That's the way to.
That's the way to make your millions.
Hey, listeners.
In
Just
Venezuelan dollars.
Yeah, just gonna throw it out there. If you're looking to pay off all that debt, do it the old-fashioned American way. You just get hit by a limo. Don't recommend it.
No.
For the legal team of all the lawyers coming to sue us, I do not recommend it. That was not actual legal advice. It's
No.
not worth it. It's awful.
It is not.
It is terrible. Don't
Nope.
get hit by a car. Just don't do it.
But you were in great form by the time Halloween rolled around because you were high as a kite on pay meds.
Oh. Yeah. Seeing as I got hit like 3 days before it, and
Yes.
I was like, I'm going to go sit in a chair at the Halloween party and not drink and just be high on Oxy, basically.
Up until that point, I thought it was going to be my own personal hell, and then I saw that. I was like, no, it could be worse. Because that was when my ex was there with her new boyfriend, now husband, and he had
Yep.
no idea we dated.
Nope. He did not.
And he's like, yeah, you should, she's nice. What do you think of her? I was like, I think I need a drink.
Yep, I remember
he's
you.
a nice guy. He really is.
He was.
It was just like, I'm not gonna be that guy. Do you want a drink? You need a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. I'm just gonna go straight spirits, all of them together.
Yeah, there was me sitting in a corner. I was like, I'll be fine in a little bit. I'll be out disc golfing in no time. And you're like, dude, you should probably think about the words you're saying. I'm like, no, dude, we'll be out at Castaldo in no time. You're like, no, dude, it's going to be a longer time.
It's
I'm
gonna
like,
be a little while.
You're fine. It'll be
It's
fine.
fine.
It's like, I'll get a little swivel chair. I'll just push me around.
A
Oh, yeah,
mobility scooter.
Although that is funny. People with actual disabilities, not funny, but I would actually be interested to see, because I'm sure there are, but those disc golfers who do have disabilities and the techniques that they use that are different than what us able-bodied individuals use.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there are. And
Oh,
now
I'm sure.
the
I know
internet
there's
is the internet.
I just heard about not only just a deaf league, but their own essential championship, national level. I was like, damn, I almost said something. I almost said I'd never heard of that before. Yep. I'm a wordsmith. That was not on purpose.
Doing good, buddy. Just gonna dig that hole.
Dig
for
that
both
in
of
a
us.
little bit deeper. Just a little bit. Yep. Open mouth, insert foot.
I mean,
That makes sense.
Also, I just, and the general safety concerns of not being able to specifically hear if someone is,
Yes.
an errant disc or anything like that. It would make sense that a league for deaf individuals would just make sense because their rules are going to be slightly different.
What are the odds that random disc golfer knows sign language?
Oh,
you know, that's the other thing too.
I mean, probably far more prevalent in the recreational areas since there's probably just a lot of weed being smoked, and you know, you get with the right crowd, and they got a lot of really strange skills that they're just like, well, you know, we don't want people to know that we're talking about going to smoke weed, so we just sign it to each other or something.
Yep. Never underestimate the stoner engineering.
Oh no, it's great.
It's impressive. It really is.
What was it? Patrick? No, it wasn't Patrick. Oh goodness, the guy
with
in
the
our
dreads?
freshman dorm who made the air conditioning unit out of oh goodness, it was
I can't remember his name.
Styrofoam cooler, ice, water, and then basically a
copper tubing.
fish tank pump to keep it cycling through the copper tubing.
He
was just
insane.
like, yeah, it's too hot, man. So I made this, and we're like, dude, damn it.
That's
impressive.
So it was so impressive. We had a lot of interesting people. But
we sure did.
I think we're over an hour now. That's probably a good spot to end it.
We did it. That was some good reminiscing. I
still have to edit this. And
well, you know, that's why we did it now, so you had like a week plus to do it.
Yes. Well, except that we're leaving Wednesday and coming back Tuesday.
Yeah, that
So that's a tonight into tomorrow project.
Haha.
Yay. It'll be the first thing that I get up that'll be like posted a week before it's actually sent out.
Nice. Well, I guess we'll table the rest of reminiscing, and if we need to do another Joe and Ian episode, we can pick back up off of into the intermediate times.
Oh yes.
And learning things from the internet. But
wow. But I think that about does Charlie. That. We really need to just end this. This is
all right, everybody.
All right.
So I've been Ian. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/popperfresh if you're looking for non-disc golfing related content. I mostly do video games over there, and then I'll let Joe give his accounts.
Yeah, YouTube and Twitch, Joe's Disc Golf. Instagram, Twitter, at Joe's Disc Golf. Facebook, at Joe's Disc Golf. At the website, joesdiscgolf.com. And soon, Disc Golf Healthy. But that about does it. I think this is a pretty fun, loose episode. And I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. So tweet at us and make fun of RJ for not being here.
Or if you have Anchor, I believe you can leave us a voice.
You can leave a voice message. Yep.
Yeah,
you do have to create an account, but Spotify owns Anchor, so I believe if you have a Spotify account, you're golden. And pretty much everybody has a Spotify account.
Yep, pretty much these days. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming and hanging out, and we'll be back with a new episode in 3 weeks' time.
It'll be a week for them.
Yes, it will be a week for them.
So I think RJ and I will be able to do it.
I think I'm there for that one, unless something crazy happens. Anyway, well,
have fun, everybody.
You'll get one plus hosts. Good night, everybody.
Later.